Hello, this is Jamie from Randomise User, and this is Automation Empire by Dog Hoggler. You heard. So this is one of those factory builders, although unlike games such as Factorio, Satisfactory and Autonauts, you don't control a main character. This is purely from God's perspective. Right, so we'll be trying the Rocky Hills scenario, and we're not using the starter mode, so we have to start absolutely from scratch, and there's no tutorial or anything like that at the moment. This is a pre-release version, I should say this comes out on the 20th of November on Steam, and thanks to Dog Hoggler for giving me a review key to this. So the whole point of this game is to mine resources, refine them, pack them into crates, and then pack them onto the back of trucks to be sold. To win, you must sell a target weight of goods per month. First of all, we need to set up an actual way for the trucks to get to us, so we'll bung in somewhere around here. We'll bung in a tunnel for the trucks to come out of, and we also need one for them to go into. So we'll put one there, and we'll also build a little roadie poos. And we'll also set up a transfer station so trucks can actually stop, otherwise they're not going to stop and it's going to be chaos. I'll also do another one over there because there's some iron ore over there I want to exploit. Right, let's join those up. And there we go, we have ourselves a little systemy poos. Right, good. Right, over here we now need to start mining these resources because we have coal over here, and that seems to be as good as place as any to start, so we'll bung down one of them. No power yet, so let's make sure that there's a power generator as well. Oh, our first truck! Excellent. So I'll put a power station somewhere over here. If you have a starter mode, the power station and a few drones and things are already set up, and you don't have to place the road or anything, but we'll do this. And we also need to set up a dronarium, because drones are our early way of carrying things around the place. So we need a little drone bay, which will allow us to create up to 4 drones. We'll do a few to start with, but we have limited cash, so I don't want to go too crazy. Right, so what we need to do now is actually start mining. First of all, we'll power the miner, and power poles. Go over there. Right, all starting to get going, all very nicely indeed. Now we need a way of getting the coal out of there, so we need a transfer tube. Let's do that one. Transfer tubes can only be very short, 1 or 3 long. And what we're going to do is, you don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it for future-proofing, is I'm going to put a small container here. So slowly but surely, the miner will put coal through there and go into there. I will tell you straight off control-wise, I'm often hovering my mouse over something and pressing space, is especially a quick way of duplicating something. That's a nice little bit of a shortcut. So if you click on that, already it contains 4 coal ores, and 5 now. And now we need a way of getting that onto the back of a truck, so we need to pack it into crates first. So let's create a crate maker. Get a bit closer. I think for this we'll need another transfer thing, just a little one. Like that. And so the coal is going to go into the crate maker, and we now need a little bit of an unload station where drones will pick up the crates. So, there. Now, it's creating garbage things at the moment. Oh no, that's no longer an empty crate, that is actually a full crate. And hopefully our drones will start picking it up and putting it in the back of the truck. However, there's something we haven't done yet. You have to make sure that whenever you build one of these, you have to set it so that drones actually pick stuff up. Because you don't necessarily always want that to happen. So go drones. Right, now we need to also set the truck to be on as well. So now, yes, there we go. Now the drones are going to pick up the crates and put them on the truck. And once there's 6 crates on the back of the truck, it'll drive off and sell it for cash. We've only got 11,000 quid at the moment, which is not very much. We also we've got 0 research. A research, unlike Factorio, you can use any resource to actually power your research. You don't have to start refining it into little red bottles or anything like that. Right, so off the truck goes. There's another truck there. So what I'm going to do is set that for later on. Oh, actually, no, let's not. We don't want that to be loaded up, because otherwise the drones will be... They're already trying to do it, look. They're trying to load up that truck, and we don't want that because that's miles away. And that'll distract the drones from their true calling of filling up this truck. Already, look, I've buggered this up a little bit. Let's, what I'll do is just rotate. Just give it a little bit of extra space to play with. And also, I'll probably build another drone, just because we can have up to 4 at the moment. There we go. That costs quite a bit of money. But it'll get us going and get us where we need to be. Unlock-wise, first of all we want to unlock a refiner/factory, which will make it let us turn coal ore into actual coal, and then we can sell the coal for more money. Or later on, we can put it into a combiner, and you can combine something like coal and iron and make better stuff, and then we'll be able to sell heavier, better, more expensive stuff, and it'll all be grand. And to get other stuff unlocked, you also sometimes need a wait per month. So basically you have to wait until you're doing really well, until you actually get things like claw trains. Claw trains are like a system of getting crates from one place to the other without using drones. And there's also, unlocked from the start, minecarts, which is a way of getting raw resources from one place to another. It's going very slow at the moment. So I think the next order of business is to actually set up a second mine. This is going to... we haven't got much money for this. In fact, I've just used up pretty much all I've got. So we will now have to wait for us to make a bit more money. Because what I'm going to do is make it so there's a transfer from here to here. So this fills up a lot quicker. And we haven't got this horrible bottleneck going on. Okay, so I've let the trucks do their thing for a while, and we now have quite a bit of cash. You have very little control over things like trucks and drones. You just have to plan around them. I think with the drones you just have to make sure that they don't go long distances. There are other ways and means. Anyway, we now need to get the coal from here into this tub there. We can't use transfer tubes because they're deliberately only supposed to be short-term connection type things. So I think we need to set up a little bit of a minecart for this. So what we'll do, first of all, is set up a transfer tube, which takes things from the down low and puts it up on high. That's actually the wrong one. We need the one that goes in the other direction. And we also need a transfer tube on the other end. Which one is it? It should be this one. Yes, there we go. Which allows you to... well, we'll see. Let's put in a bit of track. Not like that. Rotate like that. And like that. Click on the track. Add minecart. We should fill that up. Go over here. And we move it. There we go. Nice. Now it'll probably... that minecart will try and suck it out faster than it's actually generating, so sometimes we'll see the minecart bounce around all over the shop. But yes, this is now filling up a lot quicker, and the crates are being produced a lot faster. So we're going to make more cash per... well, whatever, per month. Up here you can see your mission objective. So at the moment I'm selling 51 kilograms worth of stuff, and my target... oh, it's 3 months, not monthly. My target is 25,000, which is a lot more! And if you click through here, that's the research screen, and that's some upgrades you can spend on your research on, as well as the upgrades, as well as the unlocks. Finances, whatever. That's how much things sell for, and that's what things weigh. So at the moment we're selling coal ore, and each crate, I think, is 1 kilogram. If we turn coal ore into coal, which is there, that's actually 10 kilograms, so that's 10 times better for our target. Recipes tells you what you can turn things into, like coal ore goes into coal via refiner, and so on. You can combine things as well, like coal and gold turn into gold fuel. Those are some tips. Those are some optional stretch goalie type things, and those are your settings. Yes, fascinating stuff. Now, I think we need to set up a little research district. I could set up my iron ore, but let's leave that. So there are 2 things I could do now. Well, in fact, there's actually just one because we haven't unlocked much at all. So yeah, we'll have to set up some research. Let's do it. Well, we could feed that coal into the research, but let's not. Let's go over here where there's some more coal and set up a little research district over here. So research is... where's that? There. And weirdly enough, research has to... all the research domes have to be really close to each other for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. So what we'll do first, we'll set up a mine here. And we'll set up a transfer tube. Oop, wrong way around. That way around. And this is going to get quite expensive, so we won't be able to do this all at once. A research dome can go there. Now we need to power it, so we have to set up a very long electrical pole thing. Doop, doop, doo. And there. That now powers the research. Oh, hang on, we do need to... Space, there we go, space. There. Now that means the coal is going to be fed directly into the research dome, which is just lit up, and it's going to very, very slowly turn that coal into research. Now if you put higher value stuff into here, like actual processed coal rather than coal ore, you will get the research done much faster. Now as soon as the research points get up to that little bar there, which is about 20 crates worth, I've done 1 so far, you can then claim the research points and it'll go into the total down there. and then you can spend the research on stuff and good things. Research-wise, the first thing we want to unlock will be the refiner/factory, because this game is strange in the fact that it starts off very much out of doors, but all the interesting stuff starts to happen indoors inside factories. And I can't demonstrate that just yet, but it's in the unlocks under here. Provide an indoor space in which refiners and combiners can be built. Must be connected to power in order to provide energy to housed machines. Elsewhere, there's other stuff to unlock as well. There isn't like the world's large... It's not like Factorio, where there's a billion things to research. It's actually kept fairly sort of like streamlined, this. What else is there? There's a refiner. Yep. A combiner. That's what we're going to head towards as we go. And then some like really later game stuff like oil, rocket launch pads and stuff. There's farms you can make. And you can unlock conveyor belts, which is only happens inside factories. And there's claw trains, which transfers crates instead of drones, as I mentioned earlier. And there's actual trains later on as well, which I think replaces roads, although I haven't got that far. I played around with this for about an hour and a half before I actually made this video, just to see how things go, and the fact that there wasn't a tutorial, so I had to work it all out myself. It's easy enough to pick up, especially if you use the starter scenario, where there's a few things already built, which all you have to do is click around and learn things. Well, I'm hoping by the time this actually comes out in a week, at time of filming, there might be a tutorial. I don't know. But as I say, yeah, you can pick it up as you go along. Right, so we've got 54,000 quid, so we can probably be adding a new one of these, because research otherwise goes very slow indeed. So what I'm going to do is, in fact, what I did in my practice go is use loads of loads of minecarts thing. I made the mistake of setting up a research dome over here, and then when it came to setting my research district, I had to set them all out in a row down here, which meant I had to use mine tracks. But since I've set my first research dome over here, this is going to go a lot easier. I can just put them in a line next to the coal, and I might even just be able to use the transfer tubes instead of railways. Like that. It's going to go a lot easier, yes. There, I've already set up another one, and we can probably get away with another one as well. It's a lot easier when you press space to clone things. And another one. I'm not going to spend any more. How far have we got? How far have we got now? 10,000. So I've done 9 crates. So I still needing to wait for 20. They basically turn green when you're able to claim them. So we can leave that going now. Go back to our main thing. Now I could set up another one and really get our crates on. I think that might be the best way to do it, because we're basically now waiting for research, and we can't do anything more extravagant than what we're doing. So let's set up oh god, that was expensive. So let's set up another rail cart thing. Once you get used to this, it's very quick to set up anything, which is nice. Right, track. Goes to about... Oh, hang on, I've only got 200 quid. We may have to wait for those crates to be sold. There we go. And round like that. Set up a minecart. You can have quite a few ones if you want. You can actually add, I think, 4. Yeah, 4. Oh no, hang on. You can add quite a few minecarts to a particular set of track. There aren't any points though, which is irritating. I couldn't actually buy another minecart there because it costs quite a lot of money. But now that should now be working. It's just that there's nothing to actually put in the thing in the first place. I think I've got this all set up correctly. Content 0. So yes, we do desperately need some more stuff. Oh, here we go. Yep, there we go. We are now selling quite a lot of stuff. We've got to 105 kilograms a month, which is not bad at the start. Oh, the crates are really pouring out now. What you can do, what's useful to do, is sometimes set up a second truck stop really close by. I mean, because I set one up for later, which is probably a mistake. Spending our money and all that. Yeah, let's do that, because I think we are now producing so many crates. This is actually worth doing. And where can I put it? Oh, I haven't got enough money for this. We need to wait. We need to wait for those crates to be sold before we can do this. Go on, my son. Let's hope we don't get to the month's end and have to spend loads of money. Oh, here we go, quick. There. And we'll get a second one coming in, so let's set that to on. and we'll get more trucks. Hopefully. So all the research is ready to claim, and it's occurred to me that this is probably a very inefficient setup. I think one of these mining rigs could probably power all 3 of these research domes, so that might be a better way forwards. But now look, we can now claim this research, so let's do that, that, and that. And we now have 80,000 research points, which we shall use to unlock refiner and factory. And we'll also do conveyor belts whilst we're at it, because we've got so many research points, and now we've got down to 15,000, so there's not much else we can do. So I really should, yeah, when we actually need this coal, I'll do something about this. But yes, I think we only need 1 of those. But whatever. Right, here we go. So let's build our first factory. We need to mark out a space. I'll do it quite close to the road, I think. I'll also make it quite big. Because what we'll need to do is have, instead of making crates, or instead of like loading the crates onto the truck, we'll actually want to take the crates to the factory. I'm going to make a really big one. We can. Oh, you can't make it that big apparently. Well, let's keep it reasonably small then. Right, so there's certain things we can only build inside the factories, such as the refiner, which will go inside here, can't go out there. Now all I need to do is also, in the factory, set up a few doors for things to get in. Put them whatever. Oh, no. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually have it so that there's we could have the minecarts go. Minecarts can actually be built inside the factory. So it's a way of just making it so that you can get the resources directly into there. So what we could do, I think the crate makers can also be inside. So what we'll do is put that there. Oh, there's no door there. Hang on. Put the door there. These are all expensive. Well, £1,000, so I'm probably doing this a bit excessively. Can I actually just delete the door? Not sure I can. Anyway, so what we'll do is instead of having the crate builder there, we'll have it in there. That's quite straightforward. So let's pause. Right, take that away. They'll continue to get rid of those for now. Right, so we need, instead of having a transfer tube, we'll need that. This is going to be a very awkward setup, to be honest. I haven't designed this brilliantly. I was going to come in that way. That's okay. We'll just move that to there instead. Oh, we can't. Piss, it's too close to the door. Right, hang on. No worries. Let's just make it do that. Then we can make a crate thing. And then we need a refiner. So let's put it kind of there. So what's going to happen is the crates of coal ore are going to go round here into there. I'm going to actually use conveyor belts. Like this. Oh, hang on, I think I might need to. It's a bit awkward, this. It's not quite as friendly as some other games. Right. So we also need something to spurt that out. So we'll do that. Oh, there's a problem. Right. We can't do that onto a curved track. Okay, I've corrected my track mistake. So yes, you do have to have a straight bit here. I also hadn't done it at the other end as well. So now there's a straight bit there and also a transfer tube. So with any luck, the minecart should go in there, suck it up, go through there, the crate should make that. What we also need to do is put out a loading bay. Where the hell that is. There. So unload station, we need a few of those. We need to set that so drones actually pick it up. And that should do it. Here we go. It should eventually... There we go. Making crates full of coal rather than coal ore. Once it comes out the other end of here, anyway. It's still coal ore. Right. It's doing its business. And eventually we should have refined it. Eventually is the key here. You can see as soon as this gets to capacity, the conveyor belt will stop working, which gums things up a little bit. But here we go, look! They're all chasing it, and now we are loading coal onto the back of a truck instead of coal ore. You can see the difference in colour. The light one is the coal ore, the dark one is coal. So we are going to get much more kilograms out of that, 10 times as many, which will help towards our monthly goal. Currently at 150. So when you're not clicking on a factory, you can't see what's going on. Apparently if you press tab, you can see... You can open up all the factories that you've got, but for some reason that doesn't work. So, shush. Anyway, what we can do here is make this a bit better, because, yeah, we are producing more coal ore than we are producing coal. So we could... What we could do... I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not. And can we do this yet? We may be able to set up an alternative refiner, so we have two at once. However, it does require us to use of... Oh yeah, transfer claw. So what we could do is, where we see getting gummed up... I think it's there, isn't it? Or there. We'll do this. We'll set up a second refiner. We'll do it kind of... Try and make the conveyor belts a bit more even. We'll set up this going across there. And there, now, all is good. However, it's now got to the stage where it is now transferring everything, so we need to do a little setting here. So we'll alternate by pressing the skip everything. There we go, so it'll only do some of them. And that should even out the load nicely. So we'll never have that gumming up problem. But we will also need to have... that. Oh, didn't work. Do I not have the cash? Oh, I don't. I don't quite have the cash. Now I do. Good. Right, this now needs to be set for drones. And we now have doubled our capacity. We accidentally put too many things on here, I think, but that's fine. So, and this conveyor belt's still going, so that's okay. Yeah. Well, that should be okay. Yeah, that's nice, that works. So I'm going to tackle the research district again. What I'm going to do is demolish these. Thankfully, first of all, we can claim the research, so we're not wasting anything. Got 84,000 researchers. And what we're going to do is... Oh, what I could do is put coal into here instead of coal ore. It might be a little bit of a pain in the arse, admittedly. Yeah, not going to worry about that just for now. I could set something complicated up, but we'll just... I mean, this is early days research, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. As an experiment, instead of splitting this into like 3 tracks, I'm just going to have the one track and see if this works the way I'm hoping it does. So we need a transfer tube, which means that one, and the railway track. Oh no, the minecart track. Sorry. Right, that can go. We'll put it up to about there. And now for the research. What we need to do is that one. So I'm going to have it in a slightly different setup this time. Like that, and like that, and like that. This may not work. This is the first time I've tried this. Actually, let's make sure that we're copying the right one. Like that. Power. I wonder if I can add more than one, see if that actually helps. Right. Oh, that's not powered, hang on. There, now it's powered. Now hopefully... Oh. Yeah. Well, that sort of worked. I reckon one one generator can probably power 2 research things effectively. We may be able to squeeze in... I don't know. I think, yeah, that's going to have to be the case. So let's transfer this stuff onto a minecart. I can delete that. Transfer tube. Minecart. And then we'll need another transfer tube. Like that. And there. And so we could actually extend the research district to another one. Definitely can sort that out. Like that. Although the track's getting quite long now, which isn't ideal. But I think we should still be able to do this. If things get crazy, we could slightly tweak this thing, so we are filling up 2 minecarts. That might be the way forwards. So some hasty redesigning later. Try to make it a bit more efficient here as well by having them on both sides. Can we just get rid of all that? So, I think I maybe need to extend the track one more, just in case. So hopefully it'll fill it up a bit better now. 2 minecarts. We just need the power. Like that. Let's see if this is better. Let's see if this works. Fill up. Fill up. Nice. Now with any luck, this should all work. Sucking out some of that. Okay, so it's powered those 2, which now have 8 and 6. So this next run should sort us out. Oh, we're still not generating enough coal by the looks of it. Surprisingly. You know what? Maybe I was right to start with. maybe a one-on-one thing was absolutely fine. But I don't know. I'd try to eke out every last bit of efficiency I can here. But no, the 4th one is just not getting any. Okay, so things are ticking along. The research is sort of working. Oh look, finally the 4th research station has a tiny bit of supplies, but not enough to really function properly. So yeah, the next stage of this would be to set up, I think, claw trains, because we now have just enough research. Oh no, we don't. We also need to have more kilograms per month. So they'll take a bit more time, because at the moment our 873 kilograms per month, or 3 months. That's not bad at all. Now, what we need to do is set up the iron district. There's plenty to be done, but we'll stop here. Do let me know if you actually want to see more of this, because I'm open to doing that, even though we have got auto notes on the channel on the go at the moment, which is similar sort of game, but also very different at the same time. But yeah, okay, so thanks for watching. Do subscribe to the channel to be notified when new stuff goes live about all the latest and best new indie games around. Check out my Patreon if you want to support us. Keep us going and get some bonus rewards as a consequence of you doing that. So check out the links in the description, and I'll see you next time.